Welcome back to the channel. Strategy formulation versus strategy implementation, and along with evaluation and control. The first of all, the first step is the environmental scanning, gathering some informations, estimating the SWOT analysis, internal aspect of strength and weaknesses, external aspect of opportunities and threats, natural environment resources, climate, general forces of social environment, task environment, industry analysis. Structure chain of command for internal strength and weaknesses. Culture, a belief core system. Expectation, values of company, values of organization, core belief systems in executing the planning. Resources for asset skills, competencies, and knowledge. What are the strategy formulation for developing a long range plan? First of all is mission, reason for existence, then objectives, what result to accomplished, by when, after a certain period of time, setting a goal set framework to execute the planning, fulfill the objectives, the strategies to achieve the mission and objectives, and the policy broad guidelines for decision making. These are the scenario of strategy formulations. And in case of strategy implementation, the putting strategies into action, the programs, activity needed to accomplish a plan, budget, cost of the program, the procedure, sequence of steps needed to do the job, and finally monitoring the performance and getting the actual result. The step for strategy formulation is like a hierarchical structure to understand the flow of processes. First of all, establishing the organizational objectives, analysis of organizational environment, forming a quantitative goals, objectives in the context with the divisional plans, performance analysis, and selection of strategies. The establishing organizational objectives involve a long-term goal of an organization. Strategic decision can be taken once the organization objectives are determined. Involve those SWOT analysis, meaning identifying the company's strength and weaknesses as a internal criteria, and vigilance over competitors' action to understand the opportunities and threats for external parameters. These internal factors a company has control over. It can manipulate, it can enhance, improved. But opportunities or threats are the external, which has company has no control. A successful organization built on its strength overcome its weaknesses, identifies new opportunities, and protect against external threats. That is the main process regarding or involving a SWOT analysis. Next is forming a quantitative goals, defining targets so as to meet the company's short-term and long-term objectives. For example, 30% increase in revenue this year of a company's agenda. Objectives in context with divisional plan to setting up a target for every department so that they work in coherence with the organization as a whole. The performance analysis done to estimate the degree of variation between the actual and standard performance of an organization. A selection of strategy involves the final step of strategy formulation. It involves the evaluation of the alternatives and selection of the best strategy amongst them to be the strategy of the organization. The strategy formulation process is an integral part of the strategy management, as it helps in framing effective strategy for the organization to survive and grow in the business environment. The level of strategy formulation is like, first, at the bottom line is the functional level. Next upper line is a business level, and topmost line is corporate level. This corporate level strategy, business level strategy, and functional level strategy involve the entire strategy formulation of an organization. All organizations have a competitors, and it is a strategy that enables one's business to become more successful and established than the other. The strategy implementation is the translation of a chosen strategy into organizational actions so as to achieve the strategy goals and objectives. The strategy implementation is also defined as the manner in which an organization should develop, utilize, and amalgamate this organizational structure, control system, and the culture to follow those strategies that lead to competitive advantage and a better performance in future. The organizational structure allocates those special values, developing tasks and roles to the employees, and states how this task and role can be correlated so as to maximize those efficiencies, qualities, and customer satisfaction. The pillar of competitive advantage, but organization structure is not sufficient in itself. Keep in mind that important parameter, important aspect, that it is correlated to maximize the efficiency, quality, and the customer satisfaction. Those are the pillars of competitive advantage. But organization structure is not sufficient in itself to motivate the employee. An organization control system is also required. This system equips managers with motivational incentive for employee as well as feedback on employee and organization performance. Organizational culture refers to the specialized collection of values, the importance of values, the attitude, norms, and beliefs shared by organizational members and groups. Some main step to implement a strategy is like developing an organization having potential of carrying out strategies successfully, disbursement of abundant resources to strategy essential activities, creating strategy encouraging policies, employing best policies and programs for constant improvement, linking reward structure to accomplishment of result, making use of strategy leadership. Excellently formulated strategy will fail if they are not properly implemented. So it's essential to note that the strategy implementation is possible unless there is a stability between strategy and each organizational dimension, such as organizational structure, reward structure, resource allocation processes. The strategy implementation poses a threat to many managers and employees in an organization. New power relationships are predicted and achieved. New groups, formal as well as informal, are formed. Those values, attitude, beliefs, and concern may not be known. With the changes in power and status roles, the manager and employees may employ confrontation behavior. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.